That's why I fight so hard for my treatment team. Yes. And I feel part of the team. I have, I just got approved March 2025. And my concern is that when I got denied back in 2021, the denial letter was very lengthy, very detailed. And my approval letter for March of 2025 was very minimal, even though all the things I did to get approved, I even got a spinal tap. They didn't include anything I did to maintain my treatment. They basically it was very minimal. It's very scary. And because there's a lot of stigma about my condition being qualified only under seizure disorder, the judge says that they expect me to have improvement. And I have a CDR scheduled for October of 2026. And I'm terrified of that.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 35, going to be 36 March. And I don't fit into the box of, the ideal disability. I have ableness with a chronic disability.
Yeah. Yeah. You're young. That's probably.
And that's why it makes me really scared because of being young. And I've already been told by people that I'd be most likely looked at to want to get pushed out. And I don't know, but there's no cure for this condition. So that's why I didn't understand. And I actually started applying for SSDI with the thought that you could actually work, because I was a mental health professional at working part-time, part-time at my own private group practice, and applied thinking that I could actually work, and then had legal representation, and then that just didn't work out. And then eventually I did lose my job and became forced into homelessness several times after that during COVID. And
I'd like to ask you a few questions, see if I understand your situation.
Yes.
Right? Did you go to a Social Security disability hearing and then you were denied, and that produced the long, lengthy letter?
So thankfully, I did have a disability hearing, but it was only via phone because it was in the middle of COVID. My hearing was, I think, in March of 2021, and then I got denied in May of 2021, and I was already homeless again at that time too.
Okay, and so that after that you applied, and it's this application that you got approved on, is that right?
Yes, it was. It took me a long time to find legal representation because several lawyers were not even willing to look at me to help me because I was still working as a private group practitioner. Yes. But I only had 2 clients. I went from because I had an ethical obligation to not take on new clients due to the housing,
sure.
Being displaced and all that.
Yeah. So your original question was about the award letter, and it didn't have a lot of information in it, right?
Yeah, it neglected to include things that I did.
Okay, so that's one, and then I'll talk to you about keeping your benefits strategy. What you received is what everybody receives. I think perhaps what you expected was some dissertation as to why you got approved, Nikki, but they don't put any medical reasoning in that. The exception to that is if you did go to a hearing, you get a decision letter, which we covered earlier in the program. And the decision letter from the hearing will explain the judge's ruling and why you got approved. But when you get an award letter, it's just an award letter. It's like the one that we just went through with the prior individual that called in. It has your entitled date, and then it has the date you were found disabled, your monthly payment, the review date,
right?
All of that. It doesn't have it. There's no medical in there. So good question, but that's how the Social Security system works, right?
Right.
So now with the second concern about keeping your benefits, getting a review with your age is going to be expected. Did they say it was you said 2026? Is that?
They literally have a date for October 2026. And since then, I already tried finding a genetic specialist at Yale University. I've been denied a study at Stanford University by actually the specialist that researches narcolepsy with cataplexy, Dr. Emmanuel Mignon. I've been denied because I'm so far out of the category type 1 narcoleptic with my hypocretin levels having declined so much since. I mean, I don't want to get into the science of it because I could just go all over the place. But my fear is that there is not the science or technology to help bring awareness of my condition. And I'm afraid that they are expecting me to have improvement when I'm just looking for stability. Like my stability is being able to maintain my treatment, access to my doctors, and like being able to cope with the symptoms that I live with on a 24/7 basis. It is like a thing.
I'm going to pause you there. I think it's admirable that you're pursuing the specialist, but I want to focus on the basics with you. And this applies to anybody that's out there. Can you explain to me a short, concise statement? If it, 2 sentences or less, if it goes over, I'm gonna pause you. Okay?
You hope, please set
What the
boundaries.
limitations are. What the limitations are that prevent you from working.
My inability to maintain any sort of deadline date. I have a disability where I have to nap whenever I I have sleep attacks. I have cataplectic episodes.
When you say napping, on a typical day, how many instances would that be? Or a week? Can you give me an example?
About 3 naps a day.
And how long are they?
Between 15 minutes to 30 minutes.
Okay. And do you have the ability to control when they happen?
Nope.
Okay. So this is my experience in 20 years of doing this. What you want to do to really lock in your benefits is just focus on proper doctoring. You can control it, Nikki. And here's how you do it.
Yes.
When you go into the doctors, you want to communicate, listen, I'm still in a situation, doc, where I'm taking at least 3 naps a day. I don't know when it's going to happen, and it's going to be 15 to 20 minutes. And there's 2 things that are going to come out of that. One is, from a health perspective, I'm sure you'd like to feel a little better, and they're treating you, and having them understand what you experience is going to be very valuable to them.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is, and this is for protecting your benefits, is if you're subject to taking 3 naps a day and you don't know when they are, you're unemployable. There's no job you can do. Anybody out there can prove that. But what you want to do, and you lock this in, and this is recorded, and this is a replay, and Jeff, I know, is listening, is
Yes,
you
sir.
want to make sure that you communicate that limitation in each and every visit, and it gets in your medical records. You're like a broken record.
Mm-hmm.
3 to 4 naps a day. And if there's others, like you can't remember repetitive tasks, then you want to really dial in on those. Because when Social Security comes through for your review and they look at your medical, they're going to look at that if they even get to that point. Okay.
And is that with just because my psychiatric records are far more detailed and very much more backs me up and my condition up than my sleep doctor, Dan, who I see only once every 6 months. And he's not actually, I haven't been able to actually find a neurologist who actually specializes in sleep medicine around here.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I try to find a neurologist, they refer me to it's just been difficult.
I would spray it in all your doctors. Your message is the same, whether they're treating.
Then all my records are great.
Okay. Yeah.
And I have cataplectic seizures with my psychiatrist too, because I feel comfortable with her.
Yeah. Here's the next last piece of advice that I want to do my very best to transcend and reach through my MacBook and give you, which is focus on controlling what you can control. The review, Social Security, all that stuff, people get so caught up in that, and it's easier for me, to say and do. But if you just focus on your doctoring and you're taking care and you're doing what you're asked to do, and that's the basics, and that right? That's it. So
I really like the advice that you give too, because I've been having this daily journal for narcolepsy, but I'm very, very bad at being consistent, which is the thing about me. I mean, I'm capable, but not always able. So I'm unreliable. But I have this book that's just about cataplexy, and when I try or when I remember, I can write down my daily, especially if sometimes I just do chunks of like a month at a time. So it's inconsistent, but I at least have like bulks of days in a row of me trying to document my symptoms or when I take naps and stuff like that.
Okay.
I really like that advice because
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We do have a benefit protection program at the Disability Digest. If you're a member, you can ask to learn more about that. So when you get your review, we provide you some guidance. If you need legal assistance, there's no charge for the benefit protection program. It's tied to managing your Medicare benefits. So that's something that may give you some extra peace of mind. So if they did start to question, you get a long form disability review, they start pulling your medical records, then you have an extra layer of support. Yeah. Last question I have for you is
it just took the
go ahead and then I'll finish.
No, I'm jumpy, so you please go ahead. I would rather.
I want to see the fingernail polish that you have, the color. Does it match your shirt?
No, they're two different color purples. I couldn't. And
nice.
we have a macaw that's screeching over there. Sorry about that.
Well, I don't know what a macaw is.
It's a big bird.
Oh, really?
A big bird, yes.
Yeah, a big. All right. Cool. Well, listen, I hope that I've been able to provide some relief.
It's just the fact that they expect improvement. That's what scares me, is I want stability and keeping up with my records and my documentation with my doctors. Literally, I have a psych appointment and I'm leaving in an hour. So
your stability is to control the controllables.
Yes. Within my limitations. Yes.
Yep. That's
and I don't want that to be a weaponized against me. I'm terrified of that.
You're going to be fine.
All right. You're beautiful. Thank you.
I want to thank you for coming to join us today. This has been nice. And Jeff originating it. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. I was taking notes.
Yeah. Come back and visit. We'd love to hear from you.
It takes a team. That's why I fight so hard for my treatment team. Yes. And I appreciate, I feel part of the team. So
that's great.
Sincerely, that's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate you guys.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. God bless you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. Take care.
Being here.
Bye.
Take care.